This is a special episode of the Fast Lane Truck for two big reasons. This all-new 2019 Ram 1500 is a Laramie Longhorn edition, which we have never reviewed, and it has an eTorque mild hybrid system under the hood. Ram first announced this hybrid system in January of this year, about 7 months ago, and we finally have it here thanks to our friends from Johnson Auto Plaza in Brighton, Colorado. But here's the story on the system. You still have a Hemi 5.7 liter V8 with a rating of 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. The rating doesn't change on the overall truck. What does change is the addition of this. This is an electric motor that sits under the hood, and it's connected to the driveline via the serpentine belt. The electric motor provides an additional 130 pound-feet of torque to the entire drive system, but it doesn't do it at the top end. That's why the rating stays the same. It provides a little boost when you accelerate. It provides a little bit of help when you shift gears. But when the Hemi is roaring at high RPM, the electric motor is not doing anything or not doing much. The gas engine takes over. But here's the big thing. This hybrid eTorque system costs just under $2,000, $1,995 additional to the Hemi, and it provides up to 2 mpg better fuel economy for 19 mpg combined, which versus 17, that's a big increase. So you're getting a lot of help from the system in city driving, not a lot of help from it on the highway. Is it worth it? Let's take it for a drive and find out. We test drove several Ram 1500s for 2019 already, and I can tell you that this truck drives the same, and by that I mean it's smooth, the aerodynamics have been improved, so it's more stable on the highway than the previous generation truck. It's quieter. There is some more sound deadening, but also noise cancellation in the cabin. And it needs to have it for this price point, right? This is a luxurious truck, which is expensive. Yes, trucks are getting more expensive, but they have more features now. $65,000 is expensive, but this truck is competing against, for example, the Ford F-150 King Ranch. And if you get a diesel in that one, you could also build up the price all the way up to 70 grand. And also the new 2019 Chevy Silverado 1500 High Country. Just yesterday I used an online configurator to build a new 2019 Silverado High Country 1500, and I got to 68,000 on the configurator with the big 6.2 liter V8. This Laramie Longhorn has the same chrome grille as you can also find on a limited edition truck, but overall for style, this is my preference. It's got the accents on the rims, which are just right, has a two-tone exterior. If I had to choose a truck in the Ram lineup for a luxury truck, if I had the money, this would be it, the Laramie Longhorn. Yeah, I know, start-stop systems have a bad reputation, but let's see how this one works. The RPMs go to 0 as soon as I come to a complete stop, and then when I see an opening in traffic, I switch my foot to the accelerator pedal, and the engine comes alive with no delay and no shudder. There you go. So the way it works is the electric motor actually makes the startup a little bit smoother, and then it adds a little bit of torque as you start to accelerate, and as the RPM builds, the Hemi, the big engine, takes over basically. And it's not just something you can add to any Hemi, right? The transmission is calibrated specifically to work with this as well. Somebody was asking me, can I just retrofit any Ram and put eTorque system on my Hemi? Well, it's not quite as simple as bolting it down underneath the hood and connecting it with a belt. Maybe it's because I live in Colorado, but I love this Western theme here on the interior. All details are exquisite. I think this is the best interior in the pickup truck currently available from any manufacturer. Of course, this is also equipped with a 12-inch infotainment system, and the quality is there too. You can actually feel the leather and the wood and the metal trim, and everything fits just right. Yes, the shifter knob returns for 2019, but Ram has redesigned it. It's now moved a little bit closer to the driver. The knob has different texture, and it also has a lot of your controls here for engine start stop, disable, axle lock, 4 high and 4 low. Everything is very close at hand. You've seen this 12.1-inch screen before. We showed it in a limited Ram 1500, but it's here available also in the Letter Me Longhorn, and it has a lot of features. What I like about it, of course, is the size of it first, but there's also redundant buttons for your climate control, some of the HVAC control, and also a knob for tuning. Here, down below, is a trailer brake controller, which is easy at hand. I like it, it's on the right side. Tow haul mode, and of course parking sensors. Under here, you get your USB chargers, and still a DVD CD player down here. So you see a lot of the detail here as well as the wood. And of course this console has been redesigned for this year, and it has a lot of features, and it's basically the largest console in the half-ton truck market currently, and it has a lot of unique features, very handy ones, not just for show. And look at the size of this rear section. Look how deep it is. You can put a 15-inch laptop in here. The little Easter eggs down here as well with all the Ram trucks from the previous 4 generations. Ram charger. No, it's not an air intake system or a supercharger. It's actually a wireless charge system for your cell phone. This texture here, I'm not a huge fan of. It just feels a little plasticky, but it does have a nice look when you're looking at it from afar. You have your manual gear control here on the steering wheel, of course your cruise control settings here, and all your other features on the left, where you could cycle through all the different gauges on the inside. By the way, the gauges are also unique with special surrounds, and of course wood here that matches the steering wheel as well. And the Longhorn badge, which is actually branded with a high iron on the wood. The seats are unique as well. You got really special stitching here, of course badging throughout, but there's also a cooled ventilated seats or heated. Ram has stretched the cab of the 1500 several inches, and there's so much space back here. I'm sitting behind myself, I'm 6'2", and humongous room. But look at this. This is unique. A reclining seat in the back. Also what's unique for Ram is ventilated seats in the back as well. And of course you do have a center console, which is quite large, and also done in the same theme that matches the front. This is kind of a fake buckle actually. The pocket is actually inside here. All the grab handles are wrapped in leather. Check this out. Ram also has increased the size of the storage compartments in the back. They're now quite a bit larger than before. Also have a little measurement feature here. And of course you can take them out and wash them. Of course this has top-of-the-line stereo for Ram, and you have speakers in the ceiling, as well as microphones for talking on the hands-free system for the phone. Underneath the rear seat is a little storage compartment which expands. There's a little latch for it, but you can actually expand it and have full length, about 4 feet of space at least. Under here, somewhere here behind the seat, should be the battery for the eTorque system. Currently for 2019, only the big 12-inch system comes with a surround camera view. Of course you have a top-down view here, and also several options for looking in the rear and in the front of the truck as well. The truck also is available with self-parking feature. This truck comes with a lot of driver assistant technologies as options: adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, and warning. But the IHS, as of this filming, has not done its safety rating for this truck. So I'm looking forward to that, and as soon as they do, we'll let you know about that on tfltruck.com. Although the Ram 1500 is not best in class in horsepower, torque, or payload or towing capability numbers on paper. I think it's best in class in terms of interior fit and finish and quality, and also the usability of the interior, including the console. I mean, those are the features that differentiate it from the rest. The eTorque system uses a small lithium-ion battery which is behind the rear seats. It's about 0.4 kilowatt hours. So if you're looking at the plug-in hybrid car, which has 12 kilowatt hours or more, or some of the electrics with 60 kilowatt hours, 0.4 kilowatt hours is a very small amount, but it doesn't need to store a lot of energy. It just needs to have enough energy to get you off the line and to smooth out the shifts and just help you with fuel economy in the city. The system costs just under $2,000, but I think the good part about the system, as I drive this around a little bit, is that I don't know it's here. I don't know it's working. I can still hear the Hemi, which is good. It's not very loud, the cabin is quiet. The shifts are smooth, the auto start system is smooth. How about capability? That's what the truck is all about, right? Well, this Laramie Longhorn rides on the same upgraded frame as every new 2019 redesigned Ram 1500 rides on. The frame is a little stiffer. It provides a little bit more safety up front with those splayed rails that go out to the corners. And of course, it has the new 6-lug hubs, which provides a little bit more payload capability and of course more towing capability. A truck like this can tow around 11,000 pounds, which is a big increase from the previous Ram 1500 trucks, and payload increases a little bit too. This truck has a short 5.5 foot bed, but you can also configure this with a 6.5 foot bed, which I think I would want to do to carry larger loads. When you're getting a nice truck like this, you do have to pay. The final sticker price is just over $65,000. And there's another thing. Once you get it loaded with every option like you see here, your payload ratings also come down. The rating on this truck is just under 1,400 pounds, which is still usable. Before, in Ram trucks, they were around 1,000 pounds. Having just under 1,400 pounds of payload in a luxury truck is still a very good number. Go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real-world brand new truck reviews. I'm hoping the eTorque system adds a little bit of performance to the truck, not just efficiency. Yes, it gives you 2 extra mpg, but is it a little quicker? I want to know that, and we'll find out very soon.